So since that flow is pretty solid and big, would it be fair to say that
Sorry if I
it's
come down.
kind of looked like that since it was formed?
Yeah, you can come down easy.
Yeah,
Just keep it
definitely.
at 20 meters, 20 meters out on
Sure.
both.
It has a thin manganese line, but other than that,
Just
I mean,
coming off the back of it now, so it'll go down slope.
Okay.
there's definitely a submarine eruption.
So that meaning that was never above the water?
Correct.
Michael, if we want to lose those lens flares, I think a little tilt down will do it.
You could tell from the morphology it was probably a fairly or relatively slow eruption.
Is that
all of the big,
racked out?
Chunky
Close that.
pieces.
yeah, all the big pillows and all the big masses of pillows.
So the flatter ones that we saw on last dive would indicate a
Sorry about that.
faster eruption?
Faster, or just the eruption itself might have been slow, but maybe it was going down a steeper slope, and so
Gotcha.
that was moving the lava down slope faster.
Gotcha. I can't speak for anybody else in the van, but I know that if I was thinking about a specific sea creature that I would want to see on these dives, many of the people in this van know now, and many of my friends at home know that I love snails. So I would love to see some deep sea mollusks of any kind, really. Not super picky, but I do love a mollusk. Also an octopus or a squid, because the other watches have seen an octopus and a squid, and I would like to see one of those.
I love
I
octopuses.
knew they saw a squid. I didn't know they saw an octopus.
Yeah,
They
there's
did.
a couple of great Dumbo sightings
Oh,
the other,
nice.
Yep.
the other night.
Oh, that's what
Yep.
I was gonna say. I wanted to see was it octopus or squid.
Well, you can on our YouTube.
Is it a highlight?
It will be, I'm sure. It was. They had some
Okay.
really nice footage.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
will
was
make
watching
sure to
it
go check
downstairs.
that out.
I think the cool thing about these dives is that I don't know what I want to see. It's a, you
You're
know,
just
it'll
excited
probably
for
be
all
a-
of it.
It'll probably be a really. We'll probably see something that I didn't know existed or I hadn't even thought about recently, and
Yeah, totally.
it'll be amazing.
Totally.
Have we seen anything that you didn't know existed yet?
Today,
This cruise.
let me think about it.
Okay.
I mean, despite seeing that same type of sea cucumber a few times, I was excited every time we came across it.
Which one? The one
Uh,
that
well, I
took
did.
off?
I did
or
really like
one?
the dark purple reddish ones, but the
Yeah.
one that was taken off, the one that was
Yeah.
super translucent, and you could see all its tube feed and all of its inner workings.
Yeah, that one was very interesting.
It's like sea cucumber behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think seeing those translucent sea cucumbers swimming and taking off was something I'd never seen. I'd seen a lot of sea cucumbers on the kind of sedentary on the seafloor, but
Chilling.
not those translucent swimming ones. That was
Awesome.
really cool
Lift
for
up
me.
a few meters on Argus, pretty
Sure.
close behind you.
Sure.
Ship is not just starting to go now. Should be okay, but just in case.
Jamie and Allison, is there anything that after, years of doing this that you still have been waiting to see?
It's better.
Okay.
I mean, I would like to see anything that I hadn't seen before. I wouldn't say there's one thing in particular was the be all for now I'm fulfilled in life. But yeah, I like seeing new things.
I would like to see a submarine eruption happening.
Oh,
Ooh.
I would like that too.
That's pretty cool.
That would be very
Did they get
cool.
to see any of that on the Loihi cruise last year?
And then very few submarine eruptions have been filmed
Gotcha.
in real time. It was it's 70% of the Earth's volcanism happens in the ocean.
Yeah.
But the amount that we've actually observed is few and far between. There was a few years ago a group in the Lao Basin that got some really cool imagery. There's a lot of footage of areas around, places like Hawaii where eruptions kind of go into the ocean. But it's a hard process to catch when it's happening.
And how would that affect the ROVs? Would that be dangerous for them?
Yeah. I mean, it's hot.
Would imagine.
There is lava involved. When it was ROV Jason from Woods Hole Oceanographic that filmed some of the work in Lao Basin.
And where is that basin?
Not too far, a little bit west of us.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah, so
It's near Papua New Guinea, right?
close. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were filming an eruption that's a bit shallower than us, and they got a little close. It was a venting system, and it was just kind of pulsing some lava, and they ended up getting some of the rock on the front porch of the ROV that they had to. I think they ended up a little too heavy because of that. So
Oh
they
my
had to kind of.
gosh. It just kind of plopped onto.
Yeah, and they had to
onto the
desample
porch.
to
Wow.
be able to recover the vehicles, but.
So when a volcano erupts on land, it creates some light from the lava. Maybe that's combustion. Is that? I'm guessing there wouldn't be any light created from a subsea eruption because maybe not enough oxygen for that little bit of combustion. Anybody know?
So I know that it glows at when the rock is liquid, right? Is that?
Yeah, on land, you mean? Or
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if it.
And there's
Does
a
it
lot
do
of
that
gases
underground?
involved still. So, but submarine eruptions are very different than what's called a subaerial above land.
Okay.
Or below the air, actually, is the translation. But yeah, I mean, I assume it's going to emit some light.
Yeah, I've seen some videos of it, and the light's really close to the point of eruption because the water cools it so quickly, so it doesn't last as long or spread as far as it would on land where it doesn't cool quite as quickly, but there is some visible light.
Okay, cool.
Now I need to go look this up.
It'd be really interesting to see if they turned the ROV lights off.
Like
if you could read any of, if you could see anything from.
There's been some work done with ROVs and hydrothermal vents doing something similar, and they glow.
Really? I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. What
Yeah, I think
causes the glowing?
there's some theory that's how some of the biology finds them.
Wow. What would cause the glowing on a hydrothermal vent?
Probably the gases.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm guessing that how far away from these eruptions or these vents, I suppose it depends on the size, but is it not too far before you can't notice a temperature change? Or does the heat from it radiate a good distance?
The temperature gradient's pretty close to the hydrothermal vent because the seawater around it, since we're so deep, tends to be super cold.
Yep.
So while you might have, 300 degree C venting fluid,
Wow.
not far away from that, it's going to be 4 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Seawater.
Wild.
Like on the scale of not quite down to 4 degrees Celsius, but a few centimeters away, it would probably be in the tens of degrees rather than 300 to 400
Wow.
degrees Celsius.
So that allows probes to get in there and take measurements.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Very cool. Thank you for that.
Good morning.
Now again, we're reaching that time where you're going to start to hear some shuffling in the van over the next, 10, 15, 20 minutes or so as our next watch takes over. But just as we're hanging out here, I'll give you a little more for our viewers that are just logging on, that we are south of Palmyra Atoll in the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument. This is our third dive of this expedition leg this season. We had other expeditions before this, but this one to explore this region is our third dive. First one was off of Kingman Reef. Second one was off of Palmyra Atoll, and this one is again off of Palmyra Atoll in a different area that we are referring to as the Dragon's Back Seamount. We've seen some interesting biology, some sponges, lots of sea cucumbers. I think they were pretty much the star of this watch, those swimming sea cucumbers. And yeah, some really interesting geology, the flows from the top of these peaks. Collected some rocks. Good stuff. Jamie, can we get if you're still back there? Are you still back there?
Where else would I be?
I don't know. I didn't know if you had been relieved yet. I can't see you. I'm looking at
I'm
a
still
blank
back
wall
here.
behind me.
I'm still here.
Can we get a rundown of what we've collected on our watch?
Okay. Yes, we can.
I think we got more samples on this watch than we have on the entire cruise. On this
Yeah.
watch.
Yes.
Keeping
We
Mike
still-
busy.
Still haven't.
Yeah, I haven't been
beat
doing
the-
much sampling on this shift, except this one in particular.
All right, so we got a glass sponge that was vase-shaped with some ruffle structures, and that had an anemone associate. We got another glass sponge, but this one was stalked, and it had a shrimp associate. Then we got a white-branched coral with a few barnacle associates. And then we got 2 rocks, one from near the top of our first cone, and then one from this large flow on our second cone that we've come across.
Cool. And are we currently heading to the third peak?
Yes, and the third one's much larger than the 2 we were just on, a lot taller.
I think it's the largest of the series.
Before we get to that flat top area?
Yeah.
Very cool.
You know, I can see a dragon's head in the high pack map. If we zoomed out one more time again.
Dragon's head.
Okay, so it's looking southeast. It's got a rounded snout,
Oh yeah.
and then it's got two sort of eye mounds. If you could hold still for a second, that would be helpful. So yeah, the yellow part has the two eyes.
Oh, I see it.
And then the lighter green rounded part is the snout.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Here.
I have no idea where we're looking.
Sort of the middle of the screen.
I was looking here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to zoom out to the red part. That's why I'm running away from you.
Yeah, we're looking at the yellow and green part. So anyway, that's my cloud viewing interpretation for today.
Also, I gotta say, whenever you say associate, you know, with the shrimp associate or anemone associate, I just picture those like lawyer billboards on the highway.
I was just gonna say like it's like business people. You
Yeah,
know?
like a little little shrimp in a
Crinoid
suit.
Shrimp and Associates.
Exactly, exactly.
That would be a good firm name. Someone
And
should
Dre
use
lawyers.
that.
May I stay here? Ah, yes, please, shrimp. Let us do business.
Handshake with one of the 26 appendages that the shrimp has.
It's a business, man. I'm sure they would use their walking or swimming, not their eating appendages.
Oh, yeah,
Or
no, that would just be-
businesswoman.
Or businesswoman. Well, but yeah. So we should get a whole firm going at this point.
It's time for the next watch to come.
What do you mean,
any
Allison? What
minute
do you
now.
mean?
Have you or your loved ones been injured by an ROV?
That's good. Let's come up with the name of that movie. It's there somewhere.
Well, again, you're going to hear some shuffling as we switch over. We're still going to be exploring, so no need to click away or anything like that. But we thank you for joining us on this watch, and we'll see you in this evening.
How's it going?
Good morning.
So we got a sample from here, and then everything else was like too welded or sedimented once I got past it. We did a hop, and it was a really big, beautiful volcanic cone feature. Oh, really? Yeah. And so I grabbed a sample from it, luckily. Good. And then now, I mean, of course we get up here so we can get this too. Yeah.
And to our viewers at home, just a reminder that we are still exploring. We'll be exploring more of this seamount here off of Palmyra Atoll in just a little bit as we switch over our different teams to get into the next watch.
Hey, team.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
Megan.
Megan.
Morning.
Morning. Who's fired up for Dragon Peak number 3?
Fired up.
3. Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day?
Trevor.
That's the thing.
What do you mean that's a thing? Heard you guys do something on the
minus
4th or
5
something, I don't
intern
know.
points. Yeah, Trevor's like, it's really weird that you celebrate Canada Day on the 4th in the States.
Yeah.
Thanks for the second party.
If you're watching on the quad view, you can see Trevor's festive Canada Day hat.
Yes, only the best.
I just struggled to say Canada Day.
Canada
Canada Day.
Canada
It's
Day.
a lot of
Canada
A's.
Day.
Everyone do your vocal exercises before we take a look watch. Canada Day, Canada Day.
You ever hear how they named our country? They couldn't decide on a name, so they got out a Scrabble bag and started picking out letters, and the first person pulled his out and said, C, eh?
Oh, man.
I have never heard
NA.
a Canadian use this joke. I've heard many people do. That's wonderful.
I was mulling whether I should tell that joke. Thank you, Trevor. My head's not going to explode.
I kind of liked it.
Suna's like 3.5 stars.
You don't
It's
have to
okay.
step out.
Thanks, Suna. Joke police. Hey, I found some sand.
Neat.
Now we get the ripples. It looks like the shape of them, that whatever created them, the current was flowing toward us, just by the asymmetry, but where the debris is collecting.
So is that like it pops over the top and gets
Yeah.
caught in a little eddy?
Yep.
Nice.
In the lee of the ripple. But these are pretty small ripples compared to what we've seen before, so it's probably not a very strong current.
Off and on. Okay. Oh, just off. Okay.
All right, I feel like we're getting settled in here. 8 to 12 team, gonna take you through the next 4 hours of the dive. This dive's scheduled to be 24 to 28 hours long, and we launched it last night at midnight. So we're still in the early stages here.
Hey, Steve, could you come full wide, please?
Full wide. Full wide on Argus as well.
So the Dragon's back.
Okay, you can bump in on both. Sorry, Megan.
No worries. You do what you need to do. The seamount feature that we're on is southeast of Palmair Atoll, and we chose a path up it that looks kind of scalloped. So we're going with Dragon's Back Seamount, which is definitely the best name for a seamount we've had so far this expedition. And it's interesting. There's these little. I was watching a little this morning, and it really seems like they're kind of punctuated with these like rock and then sand portions. Do you think that's? Do you think it's erosional? Do you think it's coming down the slope, Rob? Why are there? Do you think there's these kind of like intermissions of sand?
Is it sand?
or sediment?
Yeah, it's probably sand-sized
Is it?
material.
Yeah.
I think it's deposit. I think a lot of stuff is coming off the top of this geo, because when we mapped it last night, you could see there were 3 or 4 very large 10-meter high sand waves on the top, in very low reflectivity in the backscatter.
Wait, how tall are the sand waves?
Yeah, they're about 10 meters high.
So there's sand dunes on those.
Yep.
That's cool. Wow. And very low reflectivity, which is reflectivity is, you can think about it like the echoiness of the seafloor. It indicates whether you have a harder turn or a softer turn, which would mean sound bouncing off of, something like exposed rock versus bouncing off of something like sediment, a deep sediment, or sand. And how big is this feature overall?
Pardon, what was that?
How big is this feature overall? Might be a Miles question, but...
I can't remember. I'd have to pull up the map and look at that again.
Are we going upslope? I can't really tell.
Well, we're actually down in a little depression, heading downslope ever so slightly.
We might be going slightly up a micro slope.
Okay.
Micro slope?
Micro slope, but
noted.
Not really.
Yeah. Pretty widely spaced contours here. Oh yeah, it might be starting to head up shortly now.
Look at this, someone didn't replace their divot.
4.
We used to see beaked whale marks.
Mm-hmm.
Was it in the Mediterranean? I can't remember.
Beaked whale marks?
We used to see marks on the sand, which indicated whale feeding marks.
Wow.
Yeah.
How deep do they go?
1,000?
Wow.
And what did a whale feeding mark look like? And how did you know
Something
it was
like that. One of the scientists told us.
Yeah, they were
I didn't see
like long scours. They kind of, kind of arcing. They just drop a jaw in as they swim by. I was like, I'm pulling it up on Nautilus Live back in our history here.
I didn't know there were any whales that
Sounds
fed
good.
on the bottom.
How far? Oh, we're not far.
Yeah, this was at Erasmustheni's seamount.
We're surprisingly not laid back.
Pretty cool.
Was
Does that
that
mean
in
we're going to
Greece?
keep going? Is there a current? Cool. Love it. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I need a cruise
What's our
ID for
bearing?
that.
300? Thank you. The Argus shot's really cool looking.
Yeah.
Herc's got a beach day. Building sandcastles with the manip.
That would be great. Lay out a little beach towel.
Yeah.
What is that?
Get some sun.
Fishy.
Fish.
Am I good on bubble?
A little fish.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was our first fish on the bottom.
Bottom fish.
Yeah, if I can get back, the top of this geo is about 10 by 12 kilometers.
Wow. Okay. That's fantastic. It's a really nice big feature. And then this sits. After our mapping, I realized we didn't get all of the flanks of it, but this is still an independent seamount. We're expecting that it's a little bigger than some of the others that we've been on, and rises not really off of a platform in the same way, but from the seafloor. So our deepest dive so far of the expedition, for sure.
Someone's walking,
Something
jumping.
on the left.
What, the
See
divots?
anything?
Mm.
Big divot.
Are we able to zoom into stuff, Trevor?
Well, are we able to stop?
No, just to zoom in.
Ah, sure, yeah, totally.
Okay.
You want to look at one of these divots?
No.
Okay. What do you want to look at?
We just passed it. I just wanted to ask if we're able to.
Is that
Oh, I
a
see.
three in there?
Maybe, yeah, what's on the right?
This is a little squishy thing?
Yeah.
That's Miles.
Go ahead and zoom in, Wayne.
Zooming in.
What is that? A buried
Something
cockroach?
buried.
I don't know.
Is that a fish?
Huh?
Amphipod?
It's
Oh,
half buried. Ooh,
It's alive.
it's certainly alive.
Someone needs to poke
What
that.
is it?
What?
Let's get in close on it and get that focus sharp.
Huh. It looks like a big isopod or something.
It does
Yeah.
look like an isopod.
You won't be able to see the res.
Oh, really?
There's
Yeah,
that
I almost see
nodular
the
in the way.
ridges on the back there.
All right, I got to move along.
Okay.
Come wide, please.
Okay, bye, guy.
That's frustrating.
Are we on a peak?
No, we're in a saddle right now.
We're here.
Oh, got it.
We didn't want to give him a ride.
He didn't have the fare. Can you bump in, please?
You gotta hustle if you want to do that.
Nice hat.
Thanks. Could you give it a bump in, please?
Yes. Wide.
Are you seeing drift?
Good question about things that live in the sand dune structure up on top of the guyot or in these little saddles. I don't know that we know what is living down here. Whatever that is living here. And I'm not, in the Pacific Northwest, dunes are important structure for sand lance and just a major habitat structure component, but I don't know what lives down here. So this is the first dive on this seamount. So everything we're seeing is new. Certainly new to the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument as far as a local habitat area, being the Pacific Remote Islands Marine National Monument is divided into separate units. So the Palmyra unit here is interested in understanding what it is that the monument helps protect here, and also the wildlife refuges that are within the monument. Interesting to know, a species inventory for this area. Rob, we don't have any sort of mesophotic dives planned, do we? The Jarvis ones coming up are deep as well?
Well, no, actually, I think we're actually dive on Jarvis, which does come up much shallower.
Oh, okay. On Jarvis proper.
Yeah.
Neat. Okay. Are we going to get up into the, 500 meter range?
Yeah,
Or are we going
we
to take it
hope
all the
so.
way up there?
That's what we're hoping to do.
Very cool. So that dive coming up, we're doing it all in the water column. This one down below 3,000. Part of that logic is just to understand kind of where the prime habitat zones are if they're delineated by depth. That's something that's known about seamounts throughout the equatorial Pacific, is that the community structure really changes according to depth. So that was a little kind of nugget of information that helped inform some of the sampling and dive plans from Steve Oskovich, our other co-lead scientist. Miles, are you running into currents here mid-water, or how's it going moving the vehicles along?
Slow. Unknown about currents. I'm assuming there's
What?
a
Got another
tailwind.
little
Yeah, there's another one right there. One of those little
Yeah, can
amplipod
you
things.
zoom in?
right on the bottom under the lasers.
Go
I think
ahead.
there's another
Zoom in.
isopod.
Zooming in.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll line it up here.
Okay.
It's a little hot there, Wayne.
Yep. Coming down.
Okay, push in a bit more.
Pushing in.
That's so weird. It looks like a slipper. It looks like a flip-flop. There are some tube worms that extend tentacles out on the seafloor, but it doesn't look like that. They look more like antenna, don't they?
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder what part of it is under the sand, because it's definitely burrowed partially.
All right, come wide. If we see another one, if you want to sample it, we can probably make time for that. Not this one. I think I got to move soon enough, but
There's another one.
Yeah, there's another one right to the
Over
right.
the right.
I don't
Yeah.
know if you want to sample.
Wide.
thank you.
So did the previous watch get one of those, or make one of
No.
those? No. Okay.
Yeah.
What's that to the left there? The lasers. Is that a worm?
Want to look at it?
Yeah, let's just see a worm.
Zoom in
Is that
there.
a worm there?
There?
Yep.
Pushing
That's
in.
it.
This black thing?
Yeah, what is that? Was that just jetsam?
Maybe flotsam.
Yeah. That's nothing. Sorry.
It looks like a leaf, but I don't know where it would come
Well-traveled
from.
leaf.
Yeah.
Wide.
Huh.
What's the nearest by leaf source? Maybe say a
Palmyra,
tree.
probably.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. The Argus view is awesome right now.
There's a
It's really
holothury
cool.
in there.
You want to look at it?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, Wayne, go ahead.
Pushing in.
I'll keep approaching it.
Yeah.
Just a little recycler. So they use their modified tube feet to pick up sediment and the bits of detritus that are in between the sediment. And then out comes clean sand the other side.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, coming wide. Wide.
Really
Yeah, that's
wanna
fine.
see another one of these.
Is that one? Yep. Can we zoom in on that?
Yes, we can.
It's an odd angle of a holothurian.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Wayne.
Going in.
That's an enemy.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Oops.
Okay.
All right, coming wide.
All right.
Should we try to get one if we see one, another one?
Wide.
Looks like there's one right there. Right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the isopod.
It's a slightly different. It's not.
Okay.
Doesn't appear as pink.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Is that another isopod?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, hybrid.
We can just
Time to collect.
get good images.
Yeah. I wonder if we
No
just...
samples of either of those two?
No, that was Trevor. What was that?
No, am I quiet? No samples of either of those two?
No.
Okay.
But I just wonder if we should kind of poke one and see what it looks like underneath.
You flip it over, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can do that pretty non-invasively.
Good.
Pretty gently.
Yeah, I could be totally wrong. I'm just saying isopod.
I'm just worried it's like a small fraction of the big thing that's going to come up from underneath the dragon's back.
Yeah, those are the dragon scales exposed.
Yeah.
Plesiosaur jumps out. Yeah. Do they jump? I'm not sure.
Is that a shrimp there? Yeah.
Looks like a shrimp, yeah.
Shrimp,
It's a
cucumber.
big shrimp.
Another holothurian.
Mhm. I like it. I feel like sand ripples make us really grateful. You know, we're on the rocks, so we're like, oh, shrimp, sea cucumber. You know, we're just kind of cruising by.
Casual.
And here we're like, oh, animals, wildlife.
Yeah, I'll probably have another 15 minutes in this.
Yeah. It is cool looking at Argus with all the ripples. Ripples look really
It looks
neat.
very like Zen garden.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know? Looks like a great screensaver.
Looks like the kind of pattern you'd find on a yoga mat.
Yeah.
What's that over there?
Oh, the sea star looking thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crinoidy?
Okay, Wayne, go ahead.
Pushing it.
Oh yeah, sea star.
Had a rough go of it. Somebody came for a snack.
Yeah.
Looks like he's in the process of growing.
Yeah, healing back.
Growing
We
out.
can rebuild him. All right, come wide.
Coming wide. Wide.
Definitely a superpower. Regenerate your arms. Maybe that can be our warm-up question, our introduction.
What's my superpower?
Yeah, if you could pick one, what would you pick?
Oh, I thought you meant like the one I actually possess.
Oh no, we have to keep it imaginary. Yeah. All right, team, who you are, what seat you're sitting in, what one of your hobbies is other than ocean exploring, and if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I'll
Start
go.
us off.
Oh yeah, I was like, whoever talks first has to go. I was like, Wayne.
Okay. My name is Wayne Borneo. In the video engineer seat, and I imagine if I could choose one superpower, it would be able to breathe underwater.
That's a great one.
What's your hobby, Wayne?
And what's a hobby other than ocean exploring?
Hobby?
Breathing.
Breathing above the water.
Hobby of mine is working on 1971 Mopars.
Cool.
Muscle cars.
A Plymouth Fury.
Big 7-liter engines.
Nice. Do you own one of said muscle cars?
I wish I owned one. I own 4.
Awesome. Jake, why don't you go next?
All right. My name is Jake Bonney. I'm in the Argus chair. If I had a superpower, probably has to be to fly, I guess.
Good choice.
And a hobby. I like to water ski.
Okay. Is there a lot of water skiing on Rhode Island? Do you like do it on the on the lakes or on the in the bay?
Yeah, we have like some rivers where it can provide some like calm waters, but
Nice.
usually go to like lakes and travel a little south to Connecticut. They have some good lakes over there for water skiing. But
That's
yeah.
awesome. Trevor?
Hi.
Ooh, something to the left
Ooh,
coming in.
it's
Let's follow this, and then let's talk about
Yeah,
her.
of course.
Talk about me.
Oh, a shrimp.
Oh, it's a big
Yeah.
shrimp. Go ahead, zoom in.
Zooming in.
It's on the move.
Oh, yeah.
important shrimp business
Got a
to take care of. It's Monday morning.
Yeah, he's commuting.
Traffic looks light.
10 more and you got a po' boy.
It's our Monday morning traffic forecast. Traffic's light across Dragonback Seamount.
I feel we're in those like helicopters, traffic helicopters.
Yeah, exactly.
Subsea traffic helicopter.
My
Imagine-
hobbies are directing traffic for shrimp.
Imagine if the traffic helicopters just zoomed in on one car.
Yeah. Look at the beautiful filaments, though. You can see, like, at the end of the
Coming wide.
legs.
Okay.
A lot of surface area there to pull. So cool.
All right, yeah, I am Trevor
Wide.
Shepard. I am sitting in the Herc seat. A hobby outside of this is skiing. Love skiing. And if I had to pick a superpower, it would be the ability to hold my heart like I can hold my breath.
Oh.
What?
What?
Whoa.
Oh, chimera.
Hello?
Zoom in.
No.
Oh,
No,
no.
what is it?
It's a...
Correct.
Looks mangled.
Yeah, it looks like a really beat up
You should see the other guy.
Coryphaenoides. Yeah.
He's had better
It's been
days.
in a fight.
Little haggard Monday morning. Okay. Wow.
Probably a little fender bender with a shrimp.
Probably, yeah. Traffic was light, but not light enough.
Yeah.
Nope. All right.
Okay, coming wide.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
You mean like slow down your heart rate, Trevor?
Like stop it entirely.
Hmm.
What if you couldn't restart it?
Well, can you restart your breathing?
Yeah.
Not if I hold it too long.
Well, that would be a
Well,
terrible
You
superpower.
can hold it a really long time.
That would be a terrible superpower.
What would be the reasoning?
I didn't judge your superpower, Wayne.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, it's Canada Day.
Yeah. He gets to do whatever he wants. Yeah.
No
I think it'd be
superpower
neat.
discrimination.
I think it'd be neat.
It'd be so neat.
He's like, oh, Trevor's dead.
No.
No, not really.
Well, right now, if I did it, because I don't have the superpower, I'd be dead. But if I had the superpower, it would work, you know? That's what makes it super.
That's what makes it very
It's a spider.
super.
Miles Saunders. I'm in the navigational engineering seat. I like to go canoeing, and if only I could teleport
That's a good one.
Where would you teleport?
anywhere, everywhere.
For canoeing.
Anywhere but here.
Do you like go get some breakfast, come back?
That'd be nice.
Yeah, to reduce transit time to 0 would be fantastic.
You're like, I will never sit in the middle seat ever again. All right, back row. What you got?
Suna's busy, so I'll start. This is Rob Picolini. I'm in the watch leader seat, and I like to fly fish. And my superpower would be long division.
Wow.
Long division. I like that. I mean, I learned that you need to divide by like 350 divided by the square root of the millions of years old that the seafloor is in order to get seafloor depression. So, I mean, some long division would be key, I feel like, in your life.
Bunch of brittle stars here.
Yeah. Of course, we haven't seen any more of those potentially isopods to flip over.
Next, my name is Tim Clark. I am in the lead scientist chair. I enjoy long swims at sunset and hiking up big mountains. If I had a superpower, I would like to be an unlimited depth range to fish.
Ooh, that's a really good one.
Without the slime.
Slime kind of seems important.
Not with my superpower.
Yeah, not in my version. Love it. Do you have any particular areas as a fish you would want to go exploring? Or just the option to go?
Everywhere.
Okay.
And I want to be thermally tolerant to everything.
Yeah, that would be key.
It's 2 degrees Celsius down at the bottom here.
Yeah. Bring a jacket.
And in our control lamp.
Yeah, also, fun fact, that's also the temperature in here.
Suna?
Next superhero?
Hi, I'm Suna. I'm in the data logger seat. Do we give this information?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I like to dive. Free dive or snorkel or anything. If I had a superpower, I'd like to be like very, very good in math. Be able to calculate anything.
That's what we have in common then.
Not just long division.
I was going to say, you and Rob could like team up, solve math crimes. Fight crimes with math.
Those math crimes.
You know?
Rampant math crime problems.
Just saying. Just saying, you'd be the heroes we need.
Oh, there's a rounding error. We must stop that.
Yeah, exactly.
Call Suna.
They don't know their significant digits.
5th graders would be terrified.
Yeah.
But Suna does.
Just break down walls.
Just mess with people, the square root of -8 with the imaginary number aspect of it.
I like the breaking down walls thought. I'm picturing Suna like the Kool-Aid man running in and like, oh yeah, I'm going to solve some math. What? Why? Why did you break my wall?
I could see a Saturday morning cartoon series.
I didn't judge your superpower.
Suna and the math
great,
police.
great.
No, we're not judging.
Not
We're
judging,
really excited.
embracing.
Yeah.
So if you had that
That's some stuff.
superpower, would the imaginary number not be imaginary?
Hello.
Good point.
Ooh. The Miles will like teleport in for just a second and then disappear again.
He wouldn't have to break any walls.
Teleport in, fix your wall. Well,
Fix the wall.
Well, I'm making cook. One of my hobbies right now is currently home construction. I'm building 8 houses. And yeah, so I could fix the walls after Suna comes in. That would not be my superpower, though. I think there's a lot of them that I would want. I think most practically, I might want the ability to like speak any language in the world.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
I'd really like that.
I didn't realize you were going for practicality.
Yeah, I have lots of options. I mean, like just overall, I mean, you gotta have like gills and thermal tolerance. That's a pretty good one. Maybe like really bright bioluminescence, because a lot of the ocean that I would want to see would be really dark. So, I'd also like to fly. That would be cool. I'm gonna pick 3.
Over there.
What do you see?
Mound.
Mound.
I didn't know you could have multiple superpowers.
Yeah.
Now I want
I made up the introduction game, so
change the rules as you see fit.
No.
I was just saying to Miles, I want eyelashes that grow as long as my hair.
Wow.
It'd be really